All of the riverboat gamblers are losing their shirts. And all of the brave Union soldier boys sleep in the dirt. But you know and I know there never was reason to hurt. When all of our lives were entwined to begin with, here in Spoon River.
My name used to be in the papers daily as having dined somewhere, or traveled somewhere, or rented a house in Paris where I entertained the nobility. I was always eating or traveling or taking the cure at Baden-Baden. Now I'm here to do honor to Spoon River, here beside the family whence I sprang. No one cares now where I dined, lived, or whom I entertained, or how often I took the cure at Baden-Baden.
Were you not ashamed, fellow citizens, when my estate was probated and everyone knew how small a fortune I left? You who hounded me in life to give to the churches, to the poor, to the village. Me, who had already given much. And think you not I did not know that the pipe organ which I gave to the church played its christening songs when Deacon Rhodes, who broke the bank and all but ruined me, worshipped for the first time after his acquittal.
In life, I was a town drunkard. When I died, the priest denied me burial in holy ground. The which redounded to my good fortune. The Protestants bought this lot and buried my body here, close to the grave of the banker Nicholas and of his wife Priscilla. Take note, ye prudent and pious souls, of the cross currents in life, which bring honor to the dead who lived in shame.
How does it happen? Tell me. That I, the most erudite of lawyers, who knew Blackstone and Coke almost by heart, who made the greatest speech the courthouse ever heard, and whose brief won the praise of Justice Breeze. How does it happen? Tell me. That I lie here, unmarked, forgotten, while Chase Henry, the town drunkard, has a marble block topped by an urn, where nature, in a mood ironical, has sown a flowering weed.
Did you ever hear of Editor Whedon giving to the public treasury any of the money he received for supporting candidates for office, or for writing up the canning factory to get people to invest, or for suppressing facts about the bank when it was rotten and ready to break? Did you ever hear of the circuit judge helping anyone besides the Q Railroad or the bankers? Did Reverend Pete or Reverend Sibley ever give any part of their salary earned by keeping still or speaking out as the leaders wished them to do to the building of the waterworks? But I, Daisy Fraser, who always passed along the streets through rows of nods and smiles and coughs and words such as, "There she goes," was never taken before Justice Arnett without contributing $10 and costs to the school fund of Spoon River.
Reverend Wiley advised me not to divorce him for the sake of the children. And Judge Summers advised him the same. So we stuck to the end of the path. But 2 of the children thought he was right, and 2 of the children thought I was right. And the 2 who sided with him blamed me, and the 2 who sided with me blamed him. And they grieved for the one they sided with. And all were torn with the guilt of judging and tortured in soul because they could not admire equally him and me. Now every gardener knows that plants grown in cellars or under stones are twisted and yellow and weak. And no mother would let her baby suck diseased milk from her breast. Yet preachers and judges advise the raising of souls where there is no sunlight, but only twilight. No warmth, but only dampness and cold. Preachers and judges.
I preached 4,000 sermons. I conducted 40 revivals and baptized many converts. Yet, no deed of mine shines brighter in the memory of the world, and none is more treasured by me. Look how I saved the Blisses from divorce and kept the children free from that disgrace. To grow up into moral men and women, happy themselves, a credit to the village.
To this generation, I would say, memorize a bit of verse, of truth, or beauty. It may serve a turn in your life. My husband had nothing to do with the fall of the bank. He was only cashier. The wreck was due to the president, Thomas Rhodes, and his vain, unscrupulous son. Yet my husband was sent to prison, and I was left with the children to feed, to clothe, to school them. And I did it and sent them forth into the world, all clean and strong, and all through the wisdom of Pope the poet. Act well your part. There all honor lies.
All they said was true. I wrecked my father's bank with my loans, dabbling in wheat. But this is true. I was buying wheat for him as well, who couldn't margin the deal in his name because of his church relationship. And while George Reese was serving his term, I chased the will-o'-the-wisp of women. It's deathly to sicken of wine and women when nothing else is left in life. But suppose your head is gray and bowed on a table covered with acrid stubs of cigarettes and empty glasses, and a knock is heard. And you know it's the knock, so long drowned out by popping corks and the peacock screams of dibby raps. And you look up, and there's your theft, who waited until your head was gray and your heart skipped beats to say to you, "The game has ended. I've called for you. Go out on Broadway and be run over. They'll ship you back to Spoon River."
Back and forth, to and from the church, with my Bible under my arm, till I was gray and old, unwedded, alone in the world, finding brothers and sisters in the congregation and children in the church. I know they laughed and thought me queer. I knew of the evil souls that flew high in the sunlight above the spire of the church, laughing at the church, disdaining me, not seeing me. But if the high air was sweet to them, sweet was the church to me. It was a vision of the poets, democratized.
The sun, he is shining, rising and shining. The sun, he is shining to brighten our way. Father, sun, shine